Hi, this is the Somahas, Dr. Andrew Rosician, and today's going to be a big day for some video blogging today from myself. And we're going to start with a heavy hitter right off the bat. Let's assume for a second that God the Father is the guru of humanity. A guru is supposed to liberate its disciples. So you got to decide what liberation means. Is it a one-time thing? Or is it just the easiest thing for it to do, meaning God the Father to do? Or is liberation, as yogis think, immortality and even higher would be deathlessness per se, ending the cycles of reincarnation per se? Whereas immortality still defines by getting off this earth. So me as an immortal is not the same as deathless unless the deathless is immortality to the end of eternity. So there's some definitions that have to be worked out here, and it's becoming a foremost system of meditations that I keep on going higher and higher and realizing there's more and more limitations imposed upon things such as these very definitions. So listen to that heavy hitter. If your guru happens to be a guru, it should liberate you. And if your guru happens to be God the Father, then God the Father should be liberating you. So there's two very definitions of liberation. One would at base be ending the cycles of reincarnation. And if that isn't true, then it should at least be imposing or helping you become omnipotent, which is another factor of liberation. And if it's not doing that, then it should at least end you from reincarnating. Even if you're not going to be immortal, you should never have to reincarnate again. And if that's not possible, hopefully it's possible because it's supposed to be omnipotent. So then you got to ask yourself if God the Father is omnipotent, and if it is not, and we're just going to leave that definition, then there's got to be a lot of dogma that's in society, which I've said for quite a while. But let's pretend it's not even liberation as immortality, definition of immortality, or even a refined definition of non-deathlessness, or even non-resurrect or non-reincarnation, and it's something else, saying a mortal plane of existence. Then that means all anyone has to do is say, God the Father, you're my guru, liberate me. That's all you have to do, and should have to do that by definition. It shouldn't even have to give you a walk down the park or a different facet. If it's your true guru, it should liberate you. Not 100%. That's the definition. Now, if it's not doing that, then it's not your guru. It's not trying to liberate you, then it's not your guru. Now, if it's making you work through a path, then you have to understand that God the Father, as Jesus, didn't take him off the cross, and he still died. Now, he did resurrect, but then you have to ask yourself, is he getting off this earth? And if he's not getting off this earth, then where is he? Because Jesus said, if the birds precede you, heaven is not in the sky. If the fish precede you, then what? Heaven is not in the sea. No, the kingdom is found within. So to Jesus, where is afterlife? It's not in a place. It's not in a locale. It's not in a dimension. So then you can feed into the supposed gods such as Brahma, the god, the father of Hindus, or even Shiva. Now let's pretend it's Brahma for a second, the god of the universe. Now what happens to the other universes that come after this universe? He's not a god of those universes, so what is he? He's foul. He's not even a god. I mean, let's pretend he's a lord for a second. He's not even a lord. Because what? He's supposed to be immortal? He's immortal by definition of at least, or hopefully no more. But is he more or less? Quite a bit less than God. God, we just said that. He's not omnipresent. That's 100% true because there's still universes that are becoming inborn. The second nature is that he's not even possibly a lord because the very definition of a lord is supposed to be seventh notch. And the very definition would mean that he's immortal, but he may not even be immortal as a lord, because the very definition of immortality may only mean to the end of this earth. That's not immortality. There's no definition of immortality other than resurrect. Now, how many times do you get to resurrect? Do you only resurrect here on earth until what? Earth is gone? See, we know earth is going to fail. Whereas in scripture, they didn't know this years ago. So what we have to understand is the very definition of even a lord and lady may be refined or needing refinement, and the very definition of immortality may not mean eternity or even deathlessness. So there's a lot of things that have to be there. But if you're going to have a guru, your guru is supposed to liberate you. Now, if you're going to have a guru as God the Father, one would hope so. Then it should liberate you. So then you got to define what the definition of liberation is. But that's a bigger definition. So if you're going to go walk down the path, then let's walk together, and we'll examine that in the next video. Thanks. Bye.